11th. Welcome to the online tutorial sessions for business studies. I am Avinash Lambert and your business teacher. Today we are going to continue our second chapter, which is forms of business organization. We had completed the sole proprietorship and today we are here with the Hindu Undivided Family Business, or in short we can call it HUF business. Now, what is Hindu Undivided Family Business? Basically, it is a family, it's a joint family. It is also known as joint Hindu family, which is found only in India. This form of business organization is purely an Indian form of business, which is governed by the Hindu law. And that law, that act is the Hindu Succession Act 1956. Let's read it again. It is also known as joint Hindu family, which is found only in India, which is governed by the Hindu law, which is the Hindu Succession Act 1956. Now, it is the oldest form of business in India, the oldest form of business organization in India, and it is controlled by the head of the family, or the most eldest member of the family, the most oldest person, the eldest member of a family, the head of the family. He is the one who controls the business, this Hindu Undivided Family Business, and he is known as Karta. He is the Karta, or in English we know it as manager. He is known as Karta or manager, whose decisions are binding on all the members. It means that whatever decision the Karta is taking has to be obeyed or binded by the other members of the Hindu Undivided Family Business. Is that clear? It is also known as joint Hindu family, founded only in India, governed by the Hindu Succession Act 1956, which is the oldest business organization in India. Also, it is controlled by the head of the family or the eldest member of the family, who is known as Karta or manager, and whose decisions are obeyed and binded by all the members of the Hindu Undivided Family. Is that clear? Let's move to the next thing, which is minimum of two male members. Minimum of two male members must be there in a family. For the formation of Hindu Undivided Family Business, there must be a minimum number of two male members must be in a family. Now, existence of some ancestral property which is inherited by the male members of the family. There must be some property which is inherited to them by their father or grandfather or the great grandfather. That property must be ancestral. He should not be, that property must not be bought from someone else. That property must be ancestral. Means that property which has been inherited to him by the father or grandfather or the great grandfather. Now, all members have equal ownership right over the property of an ancestor, and they are known as co-princes. So it means all the members have equal right. They can live there, they can do whatever they want on that property. All have the equal right over the property, that ancestral property, and they are known as co-pensers. Is that clear? Co-pensers. Is that clear? Okay. Next one is if a Hindu inherits. Now, I am telling you the system of having the ancestral property. There are two types of property. Let me clear. If a Hindu inherits property from his grandfather, father, or the great grandfather, then it is termed as ancestral property. We are talking about this ancestral property, which is inherited property from the father, grandfather, or the great grandfather. Then it is known as the ancestral property. Now, there is some other type of property also. If a Hindu inherits property from any other relative person, or from his personal sources, or he might have bought some property for himself by his own, then such property is termed as self-acquired property. That property is known as self-acquired property. This is not an ancestral property. He has bought it by himself only. So that is known as self-acquired property. So I think you all have cleared the differences between both the types of property. Now, the next thing is, there are two systems of inheritance under the Hindu law. The property can be inherited, or the system of having the becoming karta. See, karta. So the process of becoming karta or the system of inheritance under Hindu law are of two types. The first one is Daya Bhaga system. Under the Daya Bhaga system, it is found only in West Bengal. In the whole India, this Daya Bhaga system is only found in West Bengal, under which both male and female members of the family are allowed to be co-partners. Is it clear? Both the male and female members of the family are allowed to be the co-partners. Co-partners means who have the equal ownership right over the ancestral property. Now, there is second system, which is Mitakshara system. Under the Mitakshara system, it is found all over India. This Daya Bhaga system was found only in West Bengal, but this Mitakshara system is found all over India except West Bengal. It is not found in West Bengal, it is only found in all over India, but Daya Bhaga system was found in West Bengal, under which only male members are allowed to be co-partners. Is that clear? Under Mitakshara system, only male members are allowed to have the ancestral property, to have the inheritance of the ancestral property. And under Daya Bhaga system, both male and female can have the ancestral inheritance property. So, we have completed. Now, the next topic is the features of Hindu undivided family businesses. Let's start. First one is formation. For the formation of HUF business, we need two members, two male members, and we also need the ancestral property which is inherited by them. There must be two male members, minimum of two male members, which have ancestral property which is inherited by them. And there is no need of any agreement. They don't need any agreement between the members. Like other business organization, there is one written contract or any agreement. But here in HUF, there is no such kind of agreement. Now, membership is given to them by birth. If they are born in that family, they are given the membership of the HUF. And this HUF, this Hindu Undivided Family Business, is governed by the Hindu Succession Act 1956. And that's how the formation of the Hindu Undivided Family Business happens. The next one is liability. Now, you know what is liability? If you have taken any kind of debt or money, you have to pay back. Now, that is called the liability. So, Karta has an unlimited liability. The Karta is having the unlimited liability. The most liabilities are on the Karta because he is the one. He is the manager, and his decisions are binding on all the members. He is the head. So, he is having the unlimited liabilities. But liabilities of other members are limited. Karta's liabilities are unlimited, but the liability of other members is limited. Up to what? Up to the extent of their share. It depends on how much work they are doing. Their share is the extent of their liability. Now let's come to the next one. Let's talk about control. Who has the most control over the Hindu undivided family business? Yes, it is controlled by the Karta, who is the eldest member of the Hindu undivided family business. So the control is by Karta. The whole HUF is being controlled by the Karta, who is the eldest member of the Hindu undivided family. Now let's talk about continuity. Continuity, it means for how much period of time, how much longer the business runs. Now, after the death of Karta, if the Karta dies, then what happens? The next eldest member, the person next to the Karta, the next eldest person becomes Karta. If a Karta dies, then the next eldest member becomes the Karta, and thus the business continues. The business continues forever. Is that clear? Now, let's talk about the minor member. Minor member are those members which are not up to the capable age, that is, they are not above 18, they are below 18. Now, what about them? What about minor members? You see, individual becomes member by taking birth. If someone has taken birth in that family, in that Hindu undivided family, then he is the member of the Hindu undivided family business. So, minor can be the member of HUF business. Is that clear? This is the most simplest form of business organization. So, and the last one, no need for any registration. They don't need to register themselves. They don't need any kind of registration. It is being governed by the Hindu Succession Act 1956. So that's all for the Hindu undivided family business. Let's have a quick review. Hindu undivided family business, also known as Hindu joint family, which is found only in India and governed by the Hindu law, which is the Hindu Succession Act 1956, and it is the oldest form of business organization in India, which is controlled by the eldest member of the family, who is known as Karta, and he is the manager whose decisions are binding on the members. Minimum 2 male members are required, and the existence of some ancestral property which is inherited by the male members, and all members have the equal ownership over the property of ancestor, and they are known as co-partners. And the systems of inheritance is Daya Bhaga system, under which both male and female members of the family are allowed to be co-partners, and in the Mitakshara system, which is found all over India but except West Bengal, only male members are allowed to be the co-partners. And the features: formation by 2 members which have the ancestral property inherited by them. They don't need any agreement between the members. Membership is by birth, and which is governed by the Hindu Succession Act 1956. Liability: the Karta has the unlimited liability, controlled by the Karta. Continuity: after the death of Karta, the next eldest member becomes the Karta, and the business continues. Minor members can be the member of HUF family, and there is no need for any registration. So students, that's all for this video. I hope this is very much clear. In the next video, we will be doing the merits and demerits and one law of Hindu undivided family business. So that's all for this video. See you soon.